Homework solutions for day 2.9. Determine the equation of the following lines given the following information. So we're given 2 points, 4 and 3, 2 and 9. As always, our goal is to know what the slope is and to know what the y-intercept, or b, is. So we can figure out our slope, in this case, using our equation y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We plug in our values like we have before. 9 minus 3 over 2 minus 4 equals 6 over negative 2, gives us a final slope of negative 3. Now, we need to know what the value of b is. Once again, we use our equation y equals mx plus b, and we plug in all the values that we know into that equation and solve for b. So we can say that 3 equals negative 3 times 4 plus b. This is the y value, this is the slope, this is the x value, and we'll solve for b. 3 equals negative 12 plus b, which eventually leads to a value of 15 for b. We know b, we know the slope, we can write our equation. Here we have the same type of question. We need to know what our slope and our b is. We can figure out slope by plugging these values into our equation, leading to a slope of 1/2. Now, we take the values that we know, we plug it into the equation y equals mx plus b. The value of y is 2. The slope is 1/2. The value of x is 4. And we solve for b. b has a value of 0. So we can ignore it. We do not need to write down the 0 in our equation. We can simply write y equals 1/2 x. No need to write the plus 0 here. Same type of question. We'll use our y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 to figure out the slope. Plugging in the values gives us a slope of negative 3/2. We take the information we have, we plug it into the formula y equals mx plus b. Then we solve for b. Once we have the slope and we have b, we can write our equation. Looks like I have a little error down here. I would say that b is 5, so this should be a 5 right here. Apologies for that error. Looks like I put in the right answer here though. So we'll just ignore that negative 7. We'll just pretend it's a 5. Same type of question. Plug in the values into our formula for finding out slope. Gives us ultimately a slope of negative 2/3. Then we'll take what we know and plug it into the y equals mx plus b formula. Solve for b. And now that we know b and the slope, we can write our equation. The next question asks us to graph the various answers that we got before, just to double check to make sure that we have the correct answers. So for the first question, we got a slope of -3 and b equals 15. That was the equation that we got. This is the answer we got. So we need to make sure that our y-intercept is indeed 15 and our slope is -3. You can see that our y-intercept is 15 and that for every 1 unit we head over to the right. This actually looks the way we have the scale here. 1 unit to the right, down 3 units. So over 1, down 3, over 1, down 3, over 1, down 3, over 1, down 3. So our graph confirms that with an equation like this, our y-intercept will be 15 and our slope is -3. The next question that we did, we confirmed, or we came up with the slope of 1/2 and a y-intercept of 0, and we had as our answer the equation y equals 1/2 x. Well, if b is 0, our y-intercept should be 0, and our graph does show that. And for every 2 units over, we go up 1. Every 2 units over, we go up 1. So we can see that our slope is indeed 1/2. For this question, we came up with an answer of -3/2 and -7 for the y-intercept. And our previous answer that we calculated, we came up with the equation y equals -3/2 x plus 5. Our graph confirms that because here's our y-intercept of 5, and a slope of -3/2 will be a run of 1, 2 over the x, 1, 2, 3 down the y. So the graph confirms that we got the right answer. Okay, when we did this question, we came up with a slope of -2/3 and a y-intercept of -4. Our equation was y equals 2/3 x minus 4. When we graph that and then check our values, we can see that our y-intercept is indeed -4 and that our slope will have a run of 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2. Looks like I have a little error here. I should have a negative sign. We came up with a slope of -2/3. This answer right here should read -2/3.